when you think about what Shefty just said, I think the most important part, and I thought about this when this question was formulated, it's probably best that Green Bay goes ahead and moves on to Jordan Love. I mean, I get it from a football standpoint, and obviously people talking about Super Bowl, and this is the best opportunity that Aaron Rodgers has at winning the Super Bowl. I hear all of that, right? But the team that Aaron Rodgers goes to outside of Green Bay has a damn good shot at winning the Super Bowl as well because he's their quarterback. I go back to a game against the Chicago Bears when DeShone Kizer had to come in as the quarterback when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and the Green Bay Packers, with a good offensive line and run game, fell off a cliff. And then Aaron Rodgers came back with a hobbled knee and brought them back in that football game. So Aaron Rodgers is the difference between your team being a Super Bowl contender or not. That's not to say that the Green Bay Packers haven't done a good job of building a roster and getting defensive pieces. But the bottom line is, at this point, with Aaron Rodgers trying to make his mind up and the season fast approaching, when we talk about training camp happening in less than 2 weeks, it's time for Jordan Love to be talked about as the starter and how this team is going to move forward. Or at least, with all of the public things that are going on, the Green Bay Packers damn sure need to be thinking about how do we best put Jordan Love in the best possible situation to have success. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to check out. I said it a year ago. This is confirmation because when Shefty says it, then everybody believes it. But the bottom line is, when you have a former MVP within a year that hasn't participated in anything, that does not speak glowingly about the franchise, you know there's rifts between him and the decision makers. It's a recipe for disaster. And look, you can love your teammates. You can love your coaches. It's been a lot of people get divorces that both love their kids. And I'm going to let Max take the floor.
I don't know why we bother. I don't know why I bother to give takes sometimes so far in advance that it takes a while for everyone else to catch up. But you hear the operative phrase in what Schefter reported was they hope to change his mind. And what have I been saying since day one? Aaron Rodgers is the decider. He's the one who will make the decision. But I have to add a caveat. If he has the guts, if Rodgers has the guts to do it, he will play for the team he chooses and only for the team he chooses. That's 100%. He will decide. I said from the beginning, the Packers have to change Aaron Rodgers' mind. And I thought the best shot they had to do that, the best shot they had, was to humble themselves publicly. I don't think they've done that yet. I don't think he's satisfied. And I don't think until they do, he will be satisfied, and maybe it's too late. But, Marcus, he has to be willing to go to the mat. In other words, he has to be willing to sit out the season. Because once they become convinced of that, just put yourself in the Packers' position. All right, we don't have Aaron Rodgers, even if we don't think Jordan Love is ready. Do we want nothing for him? Well, but it's a big cap hit, blah, blah, blah. Do we want nothing for him? Or should we take 3 first-round picks, a good player, and like a 4th-round pick? Because that's what the package would look like. Now, here's the other thing. Rodgers is also going to decide where he goes to play. If he has the guts, Rodgers now needs the guts to follow through and be willing to sit out a season. And then he won't have to. Let me give a parallel here. In the NBA, Anthony Davis wanted to play for the Lakers. That was no mystery to anybody, right? The Celtics wanted Anthony Davis. So Rich Paul, who actually has a responsibility, he has an ongoing relationship with all these teams, right? He has to tell the Celtics, he's not going to re-sign there. It's not where he wants to be. What happens when an agent starts telling all the other teams that is their offers come down. They're not going to give up everything they have for a rental, right? So now the price comes down to the point where the Lakers could afford Anthony Davis. They didn't have enough trading chits to get Anthony Davis unless everyone else's price came down. So he let everyone know, I'm not playing for you. I want to play for the Lakers. Same thing here. If Aaron Rodgers lets, for example, all the teams know, I want to play for Denver. Now Denver can afford him. They can get him. And the Packers will certainly take that offer instead of getting nothing. But, Marcus, this all depends now that we're at the 11th hour. Does Rodgers have the guts to follow through with what he wants?
Max, I love that you said that, and I love that we got good vibes and you and I don't have to disagree. The point that you just made about Aaron Rodgers is the key, and I'm with you. I've said it as well. Aaron Rodgers holds the cards. All this damn leverage talk about the Green Bay Packers and the money that he's going to have to get back, and I keep telling people, you don't think that Aaron Rodgers knows that? Like, we not having this damn conversation without Aaron Rodgers being up to speed on all of the things that can transpire based on him not showing up to the Green Bay Packers as well. That's why originally when we started this conversation, I said the Green Bay Packers better start focusing on Jordan Love. They better start rallying this team and these players in this locker room better start rallying around this young quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be good or not. I don't know if he has the goods to be a starter in this league. I know it's an unfair advantage. It's an unfair situation that he's walking, not playing well. It's going to be talking about, well, we could have had Aaron Rodgers if the franchise would have did the right thing. But beyond that, when we start talking about getting to the point of playing games, and to Mike's point, that's why it's so important. Aaron Rodgers has to have the guts to not only sit out, but continue to keep non-communication with the Green Bay Packers until they say something about him being moved that he likes and his agent likes and his team likes. But when we start focusing on football and we get on the field, we can get rid of all of this damn emotion that everybody is talking about over these damn ESPN airwaves about Aaron Rodgers as a football player. And at some point during the season, you're going to want to play football. And Aaron Rodgers is going to Green Bay because that's his best chance to win a Super Bowl. Do you not think that Aaron Rodgers knows all of that? All right, Aaron Rodgers is not operating in the same mind frame with all of these hopeful, optimistic people here at ESPN talking about it. I'm not naming names, damn it, they know who they are. But when we start looking forward to this picture and we start trying to make this make sense from a football standpoint, the Green Bay Packers, their brass and their coaching staff and the players around him better start focusing on Jordan Love.